the Vietnamese in particular, the women, who we see down there with 4 losses alongside Myanmar. Vietnam were playing against Singapore last night until around about 10:30, so quick turnover for them. As you see, the top of the table is Malaysia.
In the women's category, we'd now like to start by
Still matches to be played here to determine those who will feature in the medals. Today it's the Philippines.
Number 14, Analyn Almazan. Number 3, Afriel Bernardino. Number 6, France Mae Cabinbin. Number 17, Claire Castro. Number 15, Raiza Rose Dy. Number 9, Allana May Lim. Number 22, Janine Pontejos. Number 12, Cindy Resultay. Number 8, Camille Sambili. And number 18, Maurice Andrea Tomko. Their coach is Patrick Aquino, and the assistant coach is Julie Amos. For the Vietnam national women's team, number 4, Pham Thi Tha Bay. Number 8, Huynh Thi Ngoan. Number 9, Nguyen Thi. Number 11, Linh Huynh Bao Anh. Number 12, Nguyen Thi Number 13, Nguyen Thi Number 14, Bui Thi Huyen. Number 15, Bui Thi Huyen Trang. Number 17, Nguyen Thi. Number 23, Thi Ngoan. Number 30, Nguyen Thi. And number 99, Pham Thi Tha. The coach is Castillo Salinas Felix III, and assistant coach Tran Yam Min. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national
introduction of the two teams for this match this morning, Philippines and Vietnam.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly remain standing for the national anthem of Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, may we now invite both teams for the traditional handshake and exchange of gifts. And our 3 referees for today, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Erwin Harahap from Indonesia, Ms. Eng Pei Yin from Malaysia, and Mr. Preda Pongseda from Thailand.
Indonesia, Malaysia and Thailand, the officials representing those countries for this match between Vietnam and Philippines. Women's competition here at the 29th SEA Games. starting five for the Philippines. Almazan will be centre forward. The starting five looking to improve on their record, which stands at the moment at 3 wins and 2 losses. Patrick Aquino is their coach, able assistants as well. So they will expect to win this match today against Vietnamese, who are winless. But they might well have taken notice of how strongly the Vietnamese came back in their match against Singapore. Notice down there, number 4 at 50 kilograms. And she played like a little dynamo last night. And we'll start. Pham Thi Tha Bay. So we have a situation where Vietnam have played 4 and lost all those matches. So we see Felix Castillo, the head coach for Vietnam. Not much sleep. Good debrief last night and then up early this morning and back here at the same venue to prepare for this 10 o'clock start. They lost last night by just 10, 71-81 against Singapore. But their start was so poor, they were down by 14-0 and didn't look like scoring in that first 3 or 4 minutes either. But gosh, they stormed back. They got right back into that game in the late stages and conceded the victory by 10 points. They've had losses to Indonesia by 91-38 and to Thailand by 86-35, but constantly on the improve. Final words coming in from their coaching group, and prayer before the start.
Opposite will go to the middle. Okay. If they double you have to do jump pass. Okay. Try to reach the ball right here. No one will double you right here. You have to bring the ball. Just bring the ball right here.
That's words from Felix Castillo. And then to the Philippines,
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to wish all our
Patrick Aquino and Julie Amos are their coaching group, and this team with a big win against Myanmar, but a tough one against Thailand by just 2, 69-67. The losses have come at the hands of Malaysia, and that went right down to the wire too, just 4 points in the end, and a 10-point loss to Indonesia. So Philippines have been there or thereabouts. Keen to wind it up a notch today against Vietnam, a match that they're expected to win quite comfortably. There's Bao in the starting lineup for Vietnam, wearing the white. Tip off and game begins. Philippines already in, getting the possession, but snatched away by Vietnam. It'll be interesting to see how affected they are by that leg game last night. I mean, that happens in tournaments, of course, but how much too their ability to push Singapore all the way will have helped them in their match today against highly qualified opponents. So Vietnam open the scoring, unlike last night, so they're away well. Looking for a 3 to open it, and successful too. Desperation shot, really nothing happening for her. in the key, so taking the three-pointer. Oh, a nice in pass, but defense is good for Philippines. Resultay. Number 12 heads in, looking for that and pass. They eventually go for another desperate shot as the defence keeps them out of the attacking zone. Get the foul. Got to make every free throw. They really can't afford to be missing. There's two. Tha. She's just 50 kilograms. And none from three. That's really disappointing. So she'll be endeavouring to atone for that. And there's an easy one for Philippines. So they're punishing Vietnam. That sort of free throw success for Tha. The Philippines won't be too worried about fouling it. It's not going to be costly. Might be a bit different here though. Oh, nice work. Bang. 6-4. Here's another. Should be. Yes, it is. Nguyen brings Vietnam up level with Philippines. This is the first quarter of this match. Women's competition game between one of the favoured teams. There's a good three-pointer though. One of the favoured teams, Philippines, against Vietnam, who are languishing at the bottom of the table. Or second from the bottom, no victories, but improving with every game. That falls. Miscommunication there. Resultay standing flat-footed, didn't expect that pass to come to her from Lim. Bang, number 12, doing some good work in close. Cabinbin. There we go, so it's all tied up. In fact, 10-9 was, that's right, 9-8 previously, 10-9 it is now. Philippines, not the sort of quick start they would have expected. Philippines back in front. 3 from the line, 2 from 2 so far. Just having a little bit of trouble. Notice the score zipping around up to 13 there at one stage, but that's correct now according to my calculations. 12-10, now up to 12 all. First quarter. Almazan. Dy. Good drive to the basket and success for Resultay.
Foul and the basket for number 12.
And the foul as well. Just a little bit of facial massage as she drove into the basket. To the free line she goes, 14-12. Vietnam starting well, getting an early lead. Looking now through Yen. Ta. Byrne gets a second go at it. Oh no. Hassled and harried. Ball taken off by Philippines. A wry smile on the face of Bao. She comes back into play. 15-12 it is, Philippines. Oh, excellent work. This Philippines team with their head coach Patrick Aquino and Julie Amos assisting have really worked hard to develop a lot of homegrown players. There was a time when they were keen to introduce foreign players, those perhaps from China. There's one notable case of that, but they really are developing some good depth within the women's game, not getting the same sort of publicity, promotion or awareness that the Filipino men's team is, which really does capture the headlines a lot in that country. But the women doing their best here at the moment in the SEA Games, and a medal would be just exactly what they want to perhaps build up a bit more sponsorship and awareness for the sport in their country. They haven't won this event. They've been in the finals, finished second 6 times over the years. The SEA Games basketball was first held in 1977.
Okay. Pick it up, okay. If not, go, ready for the hand.
Just 1 point in it in this first quarter. Philippines and Vietnam 15-14. This is Yen. He's controlling play well. Bao. Defensive rebound for Philippines and bringing it back up. They have had some stern words said, but they didn't want that. Looking for the very tall Castro. So unsuccessful at each end of the court for both the Philippines and Vietnam. In comes this pocket dynamo. Wet, number 9, who is massively heavier than number 4 Ta. She's just replaced. She's 52 kilograms. Ringing wet and plays well above that. (17-14). Nguyen back for Bao. Here we have Wet. Again, rebounding the Philippines. They're not getting them. They're not getting a second crack at the basket when it's not going in. Vietnam have really tightened up their defensive work around the board. Oh, a nice offload. Here's a chance for Vietnam to close that gap even more. Yu. 17-16. Long 3, claimed by Yen. And the play again. Oh, loses it, but regained by Yu. Here's a big 3-pointer close to the break. Again, that doesn't go. Tien into the game, number 13. That looks, I think, none. Yes. Well, that's a good ball. Looking for the big, tall centre. Doesn't sink it. Still 17-16. Counting down. First quarter. Shot. Nice, clean basket for Vietnam. In front, 18-17. And again, Vietnam with the rebound. Well played. Tien. A 3. Oh, what a great one too. Looking for the 3, and yes, great play, right on the buzzer.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Vietnam leading Philippines by 21-20. That's been an outstanding quarter for them. Apart from the efforts on the line, 3 miss So I'm just checking those scores. Yes, 21-20, that is correct. So Vietnam leading against the Philippines 21-20, end of the first quarter. Nice. Oh, Myanmar, Cambodia, that's right. Oh, unbelievable. Some harsh words said at half-time to try and wind this Philippines team up, and they bounce into action immediately. They're probably a bit embarrassed to be trailing Vietnam, who certainly wouldn't be expected to push the Philippine team too hard, but they had a lead in the first quarter. Bernardino, haven't seen much impact from Castro. This is where Vietnam have been well. They've scrambled and picked up the rebounds and the breakaways. Just gets it over the half, and then untidy work by Vietnam, rushing it out. Really buoyed by what they've done so far. 21-24, they were up 21-20 at the break. And they've forced the Philippines into those turnovers too. It hasn't been unforced errors. It's been Vietnam really working hard in defence. For the Castro, really just hasn't been able to make any impact there. Philippines through Bernardino now, bringing it out from the missed shot by Vietnam, and here we go. She's there for that. Get it to her, she'll get the goals. Philippines having to scramble here. Doesn't go for Wet.
substitutions. Number 6 coming on for the Philippines. And number 4.
Out of the game is Bernardino. She's made a bit of an impact here. Oh, looking for the foul, not getting it. Nguyen.
Time out, Vietnam.
We have to follow the coach. We don't need fast break. Not to be hurry.
Gấp mà không
We
biết
execute.
không nhanh nữa, mình phải tuân thủ.
I said to you, that's why they pressure us
Nó đã áp lực mình để buộc mình đánh thật nhanh để
to
mình hư bóng.
follow what they want. Run the game, run the game.
Nó buộc mình chạy để hư bóng mà
Now,
theo nó
if they run, we make slow.
mình chậm chậm lại, mình làm chậm
Make
lại.
slow.
Khi nhanh mà làm chậm lại.
If we will make hurry on the shot also.
Timothy, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
First time out. 26-21, Philippines lead. Second quarter, this women's round-robin match. 2015 in Singapore, the Philippines team finished fourth. They're looking to go at least one better here, but they'll need to make sure of scoring a victory against this tenacious Vietnamese side. Turnover, Philippines ball. The gold medal went to Malaysia when they beat Indonesia in the final. Felix Castillo looking just a little bit pensive there, isn't he? I think at the break he would have been delighted and would have just said, keep doing what you're doing, but it's almost as if Vietnam are pushing it a bit too much. They've played very well in that first quarter. They're still in this game, of course, at 26-21. But he just wanted to reassure them that the things that he stressed in the break, he wants them to carry on with that. Yep, again, so Castro starting to have an influence now. She gets back on the D. Oh, good block. Yep. You, number 30. First points of the second quarter. She's just working a bit harder. Castro ineffective in the early stages of her involvement in the game, but now a couple of baskets, and her physical presence is certainly benefiting the Philippines, and her ability from the line as well. Two from the line for Castro, and it's 30-23. Thought they were going to get 3 goes at that. claiming the foul, but there was none. 30-23. The joys of being a basketball coach. You see the stress on their faces at all levels, don't you? From the best in the world to club coaches. It seems to be one of the most stressful jobs available. Again. Oh yeah, nice ball. Oh, it didn't fall. I thought that was in. Fun wet. Still 30-23. Almazan, first appearance. Oh, good defense here from Philippines. And Nguyen. Oh, they're just not able to put anything in at the moment. A couple of near misses. I just cannot put them away. Timeout at 30-23 Philippines. So if only it was 21-20 to Vietnam at quarter time. I've scored one basket since then. The Philippines have gone to the line, but have gone up to, have scored 10 points. So it's been fairly tight. A lot of inaccuracy as well, as the defenses work overtime.
Please don't do. We play on the system. Don't play on your own. Don't play your own.
SEA Games 2017, the 29th version of the SEA Games, and we're getting towards the end of the women's basketball competition. Vietnam have played 4 and lost 4. They lost to Singapore last night by just 10, 81-71. Gave themselves a great opportunity of winning that. The Philippines have played 5 and won 3. This is their 6th game in the competition. Final match before we determine the final standings. Two losses have been to Malaysia and Indonesia. The Malaysian team is the defending champions, and Philippines dropped that by just 4. Wet looking a little bit dejected as she sits in the chair, waiting for her recall to the game. Bao almost losing possession inside the half. Oh, just not going. And this time in the hands of Bien, and they might pay for that down the other end. Certainly will. Margin is now 11 as Dy goes to the line and sinks the 2. Oh, nothing, not even looking like going in for Vietnam at the moment. It's almost like an invisible force around the hoop and they're not able to penetrate it. Better play from Philippines. Nan. No, not even a flick from Niet will get a basket for them. 3-pointer. And the rebound. Still doesn't go. And Vietnam claiming it's their possession, but it certainly came off Vietnam. 36-23. (16-2) in this quarter. Gosh. Well, they won't be happy over this, going through an entire quarter with just 2 points scored. Castillo looks absolutely frustrated. They've had so many opportunities. All they're doing is giving the Philippines a lot of confidence. And a 3 here. That's a bit of a killer in this quarter. Oh, just struggling to get out of the half and don't. Foul by Tha. And that was messy play from Vietnam. Really struggling to get over the half. What can he say now?
Hey, be smart. That's why they pressure, because you have not good on dribblings.
Tại vì mình ngồi không có tốt.
And you want to dribble.
Nó đè mình để mình có áp lực, mình buộc mình nhồi hoài, mình nhồi là mình hư.
They just want to pressure you, all the time, because you don't have good skills on dribbling. We are very soft on dribbling.
Cái nhồi mình nó rất là...
Here, on defense you could switch all the way, Kaitino. Kaitino switch all the way. Here, come on.
Let's go, Blue! Let's go. 3-1-3, 1-2-3! Yeah.
Second half resumes with Almazan at the line. Their defence had put pressure on Vietnam. They couldn't get it over the mid-court line. They scrambled and then fouled. Foul from Tha. And a much more relaxed-looking Patrick Aquino now. Two from the line, 41-23. This has been an expensive quarter for Vietnam. Well, this is about as aggressive and positive as they've looked in this quarter. Still nothing to show for it though. into the game. Is Und. At the line, Resultay just hammering home this big advantage that they've now gained in the second quarter. Philippines all at sea and half asleep in the first, and again pressure in their own court, and it results in more points. Oh, once again, oh, this is very messy for Vietnam. Coughing up points now at a big rate. Just unable to get the ball into the attacking half. Ta. Oh, and it doesn't go either. That's 2 points only in this quarter for Vietnam. Probably a 3 here to cap it off. Yes. Up to 50, the Philippines. Well, contrasting quarters here. First quarter, Vietnam looked more polished. In the second quarter, it's been 30 points scored. Make that 32 to 2. Yen just gets it inside, no chance of a shot. Wow, what a change around in this game. Vietnam looking really good in that first quarter and leading at 21 to 20. They've had one scoring shot in the second quarter and have conceded 30 points. At the half, it's 50 to 23. game statistics right up there. Field goals 32% Vietnam. Philippines not outstanding either, but better. 1 from 4 at the 3-point line. None from 3. They've only been to the line once. And Resultay has really been outstanding there and leading the way with 17 points. D with 14. Cindy Resultay and Rose Dy. Claire Castro for the Philippines. They're their top scorers. 52-23 at the half.
That's the end of the first half. That's the end of...
So some of the highlights there from the first half, and a game of contrasts. I think the most telling shot out of all of those, amidst all the excellent shots and good defense, good rebounding, was the facial shot of Felix Castillo late in that highlights package. If ever there was a sign of frustration and bewilderment coming from a coach, that was it. The team have been leading and playing very well in the first quarter. They were up by 21-20, and they managed 2 points, one successful shot in the entire second quarter. So at the halftime break, it's 50-23, Philippines leading. Set to go now in the second half. The third quarter about to start with Philippines, the favoured team which has won 6 silver medals at these SEA Games, leading by 52-23, and really just taking control of the match at that moment. Right from the start of the second quarter, they stamped their authority. It was almost as if they'd been awoken from a sleep. Their coach, Patrick Aquino, was not at all happy with what had happened in the first quarter when the team in white unexpectedly took the lead, and deservedly so, at 21-20. Since then, however, that same team in white has scored just 1 basket, and the Philippines have gone on to 52 now to 23. What can Vietnam bring out? They just have been totally flummoxed by the defence. Philippines have choked the life out of them, really. Urgency required. Oh, nice 3-pointer. From Kenyos. And now again, Vietnam struggle to get it up to the half. Midcourt line seems a long way for them. So they turn it over, 55-23. Getting a rebound. Totally blocked out. Maybe a chance here, a fluke shot really, the way things have been going, but no. Down at the other end, gets nothing. Now disheartening for Coach Castillo and the players when they see all these shots going up, but nothing sinking at all. And at the other hand, there's another 3. Kenyos. Well, at least we've seen here the ball touch the net from the right side.
Counter basket for number 8.
Yes, at last. No, but no way, it seems, of defeating that Philippines defense. Basket and a foul.
Basket is good.
Yes, Danielle, the youngster in this Philippines team at 19 years of age. She's 1.9. Just fractionally shorter than Castro, who we saw in the first half. Well, that's one way of making sure they get over the centre line in time. Oh, beaut, she's shooting so well. Montaños. Takes it up herself. Nguyen. Watching the clock. Has to go. Didn't.
Shot violation.
Exasperated, aren't they? You can see the shaking of the head. What can we do about it? 68-26. It's gone from dream to a nightmare in very rapid time. Cabinbin comes in at number 6 for Philippines. This is Habatha. Well, for a change, it doesn't drop for her. Martinez has been very accurate with the threes. Here she is, returning. The attack is coming from Philippines. Outside the three again. Maybe foot on the line, but not successful. In comes Dy. And what a tremendous impact she's had in this quarter. Pontinos. Chance to add to their score. Philippines playing so much better than they did in that first quarter. Rapid, accurate. Oops, he says, speaking too soon. He lifted her head to work the next play into her head before she'd grab the ball. Oh, so Filipinos now running rampant. Resultay. Oh, good basket. Classy from Resultay. 72 now. Defensively, Philippines are just massacring Vietnam here. Turnover after turnover. These so many baskets coming from turnovers. The statistics at the end will be very interesting. They've forced Vietnam into so many mistakes. They're playing like a team that wants to be in the final. Really marching on. Total shock in the first quarter when they were down by 21-20. And since then, that 21 has moved on to 28. So almost 2 full quarters gone, and they've restricted their opponents to 8 points. In the meantime, down at the other end, they're piling them on. Oh, I think that invisible shield is still there. Just inside the 3. Notice the feet. 2 points, but gosh, they've put in some good shots from outside. Now we have Vietnam to the line. This is Yen. Even then the shield is up. Yes. None. Gets the 2. 31 now. Oh, what's happened? It's Beck into the game for the first time. They're not going to be hindered by that though. The Philippines, they just bounce straight back. 80 they have. And there another steal. Haven't been too many highlights, have there? Those nice slow-mos of the clean baskets going in. Haven't been too many of those from the team in white. Plenty of time. Resultay. Far happier looking on the bench now than it was 20 minutes ago. The Philippines looked totally bedraggled and bemused by what was happening. They bounced out of that. D adds to the total. And almost mercifully, the third quarter hooter sounds, and it's been a stunning turnaround by Philippines. It's 86 to 33 at the end of the third quarter, and the Philippines are romping away against Vietnam, who must just be wondering what they can do to get back into this match. 86-33. See, there's turnovers, 28 points off turnovers, 39. There we go. That was the statistic we're interested in. Philippines, 86 to 33.
on the counter.
Trend continues at the start of the fourth quarter. That ball just will not go down for Vietnam. Castro back in the game, draws the foul. "17-year-old, the youngster, Yu, number 30, is in there for Vietnam. 17 years of age. She's 1.76 meters, so she's actually the tallest of the players for Vietnam. She's standing just to the right there as she watches the person she fouled, Castro, on the line. Nguyen drives up the lane, draws a foul, and here is this is Dy, Yu, 17-year-old, giving her a big moment here, and this match against Philippines from the line, Nguyen. Oh, here she goes, a three-pointer. Yes, another for her. Dang, number 12, drawing another foul. Getting the ball to her. Close to the line. Yes. 10. Andrea in the play. Lim. "29-year-old, the oldest player in this Philippines team. Plenty of experience. To the line. Makes one. Better this time, not so hot from the line, but certainly making short work of anything driving into the basket. Nutting a 2, 93-37. Another turnover, using the long pass to get the ball over the centre line, but not always able to control it. Foul on number 9. That is Guet. Just a pushing foul. Oh, she misses one, but look how quickly she's back. That's Ponteos I'm talking about. And there she is in the play again, very quick. Oh, almost a spectacular basket. Philippines ball up by 94-37 now. Oh, they're not falling for it now, but the rebound works. Ponteos just off target, but in the center. Castro, 1.93 meters. She uses that height well. It has done lately, not so good in the early stages of the match. But she's getting more elevation. She is using her size, get up there and dominate under the hoop. And a round of applause for Ponteos, who goes out of the game after a very good exhibition of three-point shooting. Now Lim. Disputed ball here with Tien and Sambil. Oh, not only does she fire the shot, she gets the rebound, gets another go at it. Still doesn't fall for her. Been a long match for Vietnam. If you've just tuned in, you might not have been aware that they played the late match last night against Singapore. They really played themselves to a standstill on that, losing by 10, but gaining a lot of plaudits and a lot of admiration for the way they came back from being 14-0 down at the start and trailing by 25 at one stage. They ended up closing the gap dramatically and eventually losing by 10, but a very good performance from Vietnam against the Singapore team. And then they came out this morning and played out of their skins against a lackluster Philippine side for that first quarter, and they led at the break by 21-20. Well, in the second score, they scored 2. And in the third quarter, 10. In the meantime, the Philippines just revved it up. 30 points in the second quarter, 36 in the third. And things are much more even in this final quarter. The Philippines heading towards 100 in this match against Vietnam. Had the 2 youngsters from Vietnam involved now. This is Diem, who's come in wearing the 99 jersey. She's 18, and we've had Yu, number 30. She's 17 years of age. And Castillo will be relying on them to take this team forward. There's quite a lot of youth in the team, however, for Vietnam. Just a matter of resources and lots of competition. See the score tick adjusted 2 or 3 times during the match. It's good that they're constantly checking that out there. Clicks up to 99 now. Philippines defense still working hard. How difficult it must be to keep the team inspired. Just looking at the faces there, minds really aren't on it now. They had just been shut out of this game entirely by Philippines. Quinn with 9 points. Number 15.
Trung phong đừng có băng nha, để cho ba đứa dưới giải quyết mang bóng lên.
On the other hand is hugging and high fives and a realization that they just need to get through this last couple of minutes of the game. 4 minutes 45 on the clock, reaching 100 points the next time they score. There it is, 100 for Philippines. They scored 123 against Myanmar, conceding 33 in that game. They have conceded 39 here. So 2 more points from the line, 101. Oh. Well, that was very slack from Philippines. A clear road to the hoop, should have gone in. Yeah, nice basket coming from Wet. 103.41. From the 3. Nails it.
3 points for number 15.
D. Oh, what's happened? Just need the rebound.
Number
3 minutes left in the final quarter. 106.43.
number 10, number 13, number 18, number 3.
It's 1-4 wet. She was looking around when she missed the first one, ready for teammates to come up and just give her the low 5, but they weren't to be seen. Impressive there by Bernardino. Took its time, but it went. Now, then she go all the way. No. Now another 3 down the other end.
3 points good for number 18. Tom.
Not getting a shot away in time. And I suppose all they could do really is grin about it now. Can't do much about what's happening here. They're being taught a real lesson by Philippines. Good to finish with a 3-pointer, Vietnam. Or at least a quality basket, but that doesn't fall either. Danielle gets the 2. Nails the extra to 118 to 44. So I thought maybe they'll finish with a flourish. There's going to be a late shot here. Beats the buzzer. 118 to 44. Absolutely dominant Philippines in this match with Vietnam, with the surprising feature of it being the brilliant start by the Vietnamese, leading at the end of the first quarter and then just not being able to get into the game at all over the next 3 quarters. 44 points they ended up with. That's 23 points over 3 quarters. They scored 11 in that last quarter, which is their most apart from that first quarter. They scored 2 in the second quarter, 10 in the third and 11 in the fourth, as the Philippines just strangled them.
Guys, thank you.
And the final score, 118 to 44. Philippines notching their 4th win of the SEA Games 2017. Patrick Aquino certainly had the tonic at the end of the first quarter. He gave them the message. Here we see Vietnam's percentage of field goals just 33, 1 from 9 3-pointers, 33 rebounds, but the Philippines with 46, and points off the turnovers 50 as opposed to at 6. It was a killer for them, as the Philippines defense just forced error after error on Vietnam in the second, third and fourth quarters. Almost half of their points coming from turnovers. 118 to 44, Philippines have beaten Vietnam.
Was pathetic.
Wow, counter. Counter. 3 points. Philippines standby.